Hi. You know, when I did the first one of these, I had some really big ideas about how I was going to put a new episode out every week and how I was going to record a new theme song every time. But as usual, my laziness has overtaken my ambition, and it's been weeks since I put out that initial episode. And you know, if I cared about continuity and production values, I'd change back into the clothes I was wearing when I made this sandwich instead of Bermuda Merlin here. But I guess that makes this a Halloween edition of I'll be glued to those of you who said I should bring my voice out more in the mix of that jingle, trust me, you're better off not hearing me sing. Today's recipe is from page 25 of the Cooking with Bread cookbook, and it's called the Malabar Chicken-Salad Puff. Pause and screen capture here if you want to play along at home. This sandwich, and not every recipe we try on Cooking with Bread will bear any resemblance to a sandwich, but this one does. Well, it's a take on a melt, like the old-fashioned open-faced tuna melts, but with a sweet and zesty chicken salad containing crushed pineapple and candied ginger instead of tuna, which I thought sounded great. The ginger is rehydrated with some lemon juice in a good amount of drained pineapple for about 15 minutes before being combined with a simple mixture of shredded cooked chicken, mayonnaise, celery, and salt. Then, instead of being topped with a simple slice of cheese, this chicken salad puff uses a meringue instead. So I'll beat some egg whites until they're stiff, and then...
Oh, next step is to fold in the cheese.
The bread in this particular recipe is the humble hamburger bun. Each bottom bun topped with a quarter cup of chicken salad and capped with a spread of the cheesy meringue. Then the Malabar chicken salad puffs go into a hot oven until browned, which the recipe says should take about 10 minutes. I guess I like my puffs extra browned. Finally, the top halves of the buns are supposed to be toasted and served as an accompaniment to the puff. Okay, this is the Malabar Chicken Salad Puff from the cookbook Cooking with Bread, and I'm very much looking forward to giving it a try. It said to toast the top bun and serve it as an accompaniment. I'm not sure if that means to put it on top and complete the sandwich. Accompaniment doesn't really seem like it means to put it together. So I'm just going to give it a try, open face here like this. And that's mild, but the ginger's doing a lot of heavy lifting there. Like, obviously Malabar. Okay, so as I was saying, Malabar is from the southwest coast of India, and so this is possibly just a bit of exoticization, but I don't think of pineapple or celery, the other flavors in this chicken salad, as being particularly Indian, and of course American cheese isn't either. But that ginger does give it just a hint, a little bit of something that I might think of as an Indian flavor. I have some thoughts on ways that we could add to this. It's pretty good like it is, but it's also just a little bit mild with that occasional burst of a little bit of spice from the ginger. But I have some ideas. But they're going to take some doing. Hang on a second here. So here's what I'm thinking. First, we have these 2 egg yolks we separated from the whites to make that meringue. We shouldn't waste those. So let's make a kind of hollandaise sauce out of them. My second thought is, let's punch up those Indian flavors by adding mustard oil and some chaat masala to the hollandaise. I'm sure I'm not the first person to have thought of a masala hollandaise. And this idea could stand to be refined. But for winging it, it turned out pretty good. The sour amchur, sulfurous asafoetida, and the other aromatics of the chaat masala blending nicely with the pungent mustard oil and the bright lemony hollandaise. This is the Malabar Chicken Salad Puff with masala hollandaise. So you have the mustard oil there, and there's a little bit of dried mango powder in that masala. That definitely gives it more of an Indian feel. But there's something I think I would like on there even better, and that's some mint chutney. I don't happen to have any on hand, but might have to go get myself some and try this again. Yeah, sorry, the masala hollandaise didn't do it for me. I think adding more Indian flavors is the right way to go, but not necessarily the ones I use there. Instead, I think the cooling mint of this chutney will work nicely with the pineapple. But I'd also like to bring out the sweetness of the pineapple more. So I'm adding some tamarind date chutney as well. And finally, let's stop pretending that this is anything other than a sandwich. Here at Cooking with Bread, we are not necessarily concerned with continuity, but I have another one of these Malabar Chicken-Salad Puff sandwiches with mint chutney and tamarind date chutney, and I'm going to try that. The brightness of the mint does work really nicely with the pineapple. And that sweet tamarind date chutney brings out that sweetness of the pineapple as well. There's a nice savory cheese flavor in the meringue that's on top of this. And overall, whereas the sort of masala sauce that I made before leaned into some Indian flavors, it was in the wrong direction. We really wanted to bring out the brightness of that pineapple more, I think. And this definitely did that. So, well done. Falling apart.